Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on the Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Kevin Greene is here. He is the high school football coach for Salem High School, Salem Community High School over there in Salem, Illinois. Also, the now athletic director. Congratulations.
Thank
Coach
you.
Stewart has finally given up the ghost.
He has, He retired, and he's taken over at Kaskaskia College as the athletic director. So he really hasn't retired.
Long retirement of about a day and a half.
I think it was. I think he had about a day and a half to rest.
So there you go. We're going to talk with Coach Greene today about Salem's high school football squad, as well as some other things going on in and around the area. All kinds of different stuff we're going to talk about with Coach Greene today. You are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Monday, August 8th. Not a ton going on in and around the area, folks, but there is. I was looking. I was looking and looking, ladies and gentlemen. The fairs are over for most of the area, as I believe maybe White County Fair maybe still to go, but that's about it. Effingham County Fair wrapped up on Saturday night. Marion County Fair had a big night on Saturday night. They wrapped up as well, and so the fairs are done. So what's going on Monday, August 8th? I don't know. I couldn't find anything. I've got nothing. However, I do have national holidays, and this first one is a good one. And actually, you might like this one since you have to go to Champaign. This is National Frozen Custard Day.
That sounds good to me.
You ever been to Jarling's Custard Cup?
We have, yeah. We go there every once in a while. We go to the coaches clinic in Champaign.
Yeah.
So we'll go down. Our whole staff will go down there and get some custard. Oh,
Jarling's Custard.
It's worth the trip just for that.
That's exactly right. When it comes, folks, to scooping up a delicious celebration, Frozen Custard Day on August 8th knows how to do it right with smooth texture and fresh flavor. Frozen custard delights folks in many ways. Of course, it's similar to ice cream. Frozen custard is made with eggs in addition to cream and sugar. The dessert comes in several flavors. Its popularity grew in 1933 when frozen custard found a market at the World's Fair in Chicago. Milwaukee, Wisconsin has become known as the unofficial frozen custard capital of the world. I had no idea. For it to be frozen custard instead of ice cream, it has to have at least 10% milk fat and 1.4% egg yolk solids. I had no idea. I am learning so much, and hopefully teaching folks so much about custard. Of course, frozen custard's commonly prepared fresh at the place of sale. One of the most famous frozen custard places you will ever find. I think we already talked about Jarling's, but over in St. Louis, there's Ted Drew's, the frozen. I don't know when or why they took that picture at that time. Probably because they found it without a line. I have never seen Ted Drew's without a line. You ever been to Ted Drew's?
I have not. No, never been.
I'm glad to help you. Though. Kevin, I'm so glad to be able to help you out and teach you where to go for good.
Well, we may go there tonight. We're going over for the Cardinals game. So.
Are you? Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. That's cool. What else is going on, ladies and gentlemen, today on August 8th? This is National Dollar Day. National Dollar Day commemorates the day Congress established the United States monetary system 336 years ago, 1786. In 1862, the United States printed its first dollar bill, and the face wasn't George Washington, it was Salmon Chase, President Lincoln's Secretary of the Treasurer. Interestingly enough, the dollar bill in your pockets today hasn't been changed for more than 50 years. There are all kinds of conspiracy theories about it, with the 13 steps on the pyramid equaling the 13 original colonies, the Eye of Providence, the Latin motto Annuit Septis, which means it's favorable to our undertakings. You, ladies and gentlemen, you're learning so much more about custard and about dollars than you ever thought you would. let's see what else is going on today. Actually, this is a good one. The final one I'm going to tell you about today is another good one. This is Global Sleep Under the Stars Night. Whether it's backcountry or in your own backyard, one of the best ways to experience the beauty of outdoors is to spend the night under the stars. This is I'm trying to remember the last time I slept outside under the stars on purpose. Do you remember?
I do, and I don't prefer to do it again anytime soon. I'm not a camper. I'm a hotel guy. So
I am too. I do remember. We were canoeing. It was a canoe trip.
Okay.
So we were camping outside, and I was just out under the stars on a cot. No, I take that back. I was on a chaise lounge. It's folding chaise lounges.
Sure.
About 4 a.m., the thick chaise lounge folded. And so I got mad. I picked it up and threw it in the campfire. I didn't sleep anymore.
I was just saying, you were up. Let's attack today. Let's attack today. Yep.
That was right. I was up. That's the last time I have slept under the stars. So if you're into that kind of thing, by all means, go out and enjoy Global Sleep Under the Stars night tonight. What else is going on? What do you want to see in baseball tonight? Major League Baseball today. The Washington Nationals will be in Chicago tonight. That's at 7:05. Anibal Sanchez taking on Keegan Thompson. That's on Marquee Channel 597. And then at 8:40, it's the Giants at the Padres. Alex Wood versus Blake Snell. That's on Major League Baseball Network Channel 599 at 8:40. We're going to talk football as we round out our 3 different football folks. As we've already had Coach Tackett, we've had Coach Townsend. Now we're getting out of the T's, going to the G's. Coach Greene is here. We're going to talk Salem football after these words. Do stick around. Back in a second.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on the Wabash Catch TV. Thanks so much for tuning in. My guest today is Kevin Greene. He is the high school football coach over at Salem Community High School. And Kevin, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. Enjoy it every year.
You have been here a few years.
Yeah,
How long have you been head coach now?
At Salem, this will be year 12.
Salem, year 12. Yeah. Before that, you were up north.
We were up north at Piatone High School for 12 years. So, this will be year 24, I guess. So as a head coach,
24 years is that? Congratulations!
Thanks.
That's pretty good.
It is. I'll take it.
Especially since you only look like you're turning 30 this year.
I appreciate that too. Yeah, appreciate that too. I'll take that all day.
Every year presents different challenges, don't it?
Sure does. Yeah, every year is different.
Every year is a little bit different. Last year, you had an outstanding football squad, made the playoffs. In kind of a tough year when you didn't really know what you were going to have to deal with the COVID and with the quarantine rules and that kind of things. Has this summer been an entirely? Do you appreciate how fun this summer might be compared to last year?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think almost anybody, no matter what sport you're coaching in high school, would say that this has been a much better summer. We haven't had a regular summer since 19. So,
I guess that's right.
Last year, the spring sports bled into the summer, and I think every sport's had a much better summer this year, and we've gotten a better feel for our kids and what we have, what their expectations are of us, and vice versa. And again, I think our whole, I'm speaking for everybody, I'm sure it's just been nice to get back to normal a little bit, and not have to worry about some of those things that were hanging over us the last couple of years.
Let's talk a little bit about last year's squad. Went 5-4 in the regular season. Ended up in the playoffs and falling in the first round of the playoffs. Here's what the year ended up. Played Harrisburg last year. You're not playing them this year. You've replaced Harrisburg on the setup.
Yes, we host Olney this year, which is a really good pickup for us. It's a 1-year situation, but a former Apollo and NEC rival, and Coach Music and I have a pretty good relationship. I'm fired up to play against them. They do a great job.
When's the last time Salem has played against the Olney Tigers?
It would have been my first year at Salem, which would have been 2011.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I think Coach Music had only been at Olney for a year or two at that point. So
it's like a reunion.
It is a little bit. And we see each other quite a bit during the summertime, and we'll get together to do some things. But no, they do a great job over there, and looking forward to competing against them.
Some of the highlights from last year's season, the 4-game winning streak, and 3 of those 4-game wins coming at home. But the tough loss was there. One of the tough losses there the first week against Centralia. The kids always get really fired up for that Centralia game, and you want to win to get off to a good footing, don't you?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's a big rivalry game, and I think in high school sports, sometimes that stuff has gotten lost a little bit. They're a cross-county rival for us, and it's the Shrine game, so, gate proceeds go to the Shriners Hospital in St. Louis, so that's a big deal for our community and their community. It's usually really well represented. It's a playoff game type atmosphere, and we tell our kids every year it's not the be all end all to our season, but it is a fortunate thing because it's for a good cause,
right? And
you get an opportunity first week of the season to play in what is a playoff game type atmosphere, and you don't have that every week.
That's the thing. Both the teams do usually make the playoffs. They have a very good chances anyway to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think just having the atmosphere, and having the amount of student body support that is there, and the community support, and it is a little bit like a homecoming game. Whoever's hosting it, people come out and watch that game that don't make it to all of your other games for whatever reason, but they mark that one on the calendar, and it does create a festive type atmosphere.
And it's pretty cool in that it is locked in. This is the first game of the year every season.
It is.
And so the Wildcat football players and the Orphans football players, they both have something that, it's like, it's kind of like whenever you hear Ohio State and Michigan people talk, our next game's 360 days away or something.
Sure.
Right after that game. It's the countdown is to that particular game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and it's fortunate for us that it's the first game of the season. And I think our kids have done a really good job the last few years. Sometimes when you have a game like that you start off with, no matter what happens in the game, it can be tough to recover from it. And, again, I feel like our kids the last several years, we beat them in 18 and had some really competitive competitive games with them in 19 and last year. Our kids have responded pretty well mentally to whatever happened in that game. So, again, it's just a fun game to play in. It's a great cross-county rival, and it's for a great cause.
That was a tough one. You missed having you didn't have that over the COVID spring.
No, we did not.
Season,
No, because every conference was kind of locked in only. So this is a non-conference game for us, but had that 1 year off.
And with only 6 games that one season.
Yes.
You still have the kids now that are seniors. They were sophomores back in 21.
Correct.
The spring season.
Correct.
Having been through this for now 24 years, have you been able to notice any, difference in maturation or difference in physical skill of kids who had to take a half a year off? Because right now it's kind of a good time to be able to look because they were sophomores whenever they had to take that time off.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it's physical maturation. I think there's a better appreciation for what we're able to do. There was a better appreciation last fall to have played a full schedule and have a normal season for the most part. We had a few guys that dealt with some sickness here and there, but I think there's just a better appreciation from some of those older guys who know what they missed out on and how fortunate they are to be able to play a regular season. We missed out on a Centralia game that year, and just the build up to the school year. There's something special to fall sports that, you're the tip of the sword of the school year and school spirit and those types of things. And those kids realize what it means to miss out on those things. So I think there's a better appreciation for that.
Well, it's not just the players; it's the band and it's
Absolutely.
the cheerleaders.
Absolutely, it's
cross country kids.
It's all of it. It's volleyball. It's soccer. It's all of those sports. They realize that they're the ones who start the school year out, and when people are back at the beginning of the school year, there is a renewed excitement, no matter whether the students want to admit it or not. There is, and when you have a chance to be the tip of the sword of that, it's pretty special. And that was taken away from them for a year.
Thank heavens it's back, hopefully full force. So again, first game of the season is on Friday the 26th at Centralia. It all goes to the Shriners, so you may as well go down there and throw it.
Exactly. And they got a beautiful facility there at their high school, so it's again, it's all for a good cause.
We're going to talk a little bit more about the schedule. Let's before I do go to break, let's talk a little bit more about last year's team. Sure. One of the goals of a high school coach is to ensure or help his students, his student athletes, to find to get to maybe college football, or to find a good niche for them if they're not playing in college, to find a good place that they can land or work. You've got some kids last year that had some pretty good talents and moved on, don't you?
Well, we have a couple linemen that moved on. Blaine Phillips moved on to Knox College, and but other than that, we didn't have many kids that moved on to the college level. There were some of them that had work opportunities, and Braden Smith is a really intelligent young man. He's moved on to college to focus more on academics, and every group is different. Like we were saying earlier, every team is different, every group is different, and those seniors last year went through so much over the last 2 or 3 years. I think some of them were just tired.
Is that right?
And that's okay. That's okay.
That makes sense.
That's okay. I think sometimes as a public and a community and whatever, I think there's too much emphasis put on where kids are going to play in college. And I feel like sometimes they miss out on just being able to relax and enjoy playing with their high school friends that they've gone to school with since kindergarten, because mom and dad or the community, where's this kid going to go play? And it's great if they can and if they want to, but there's a lot of factors that go into playing at the next level. There's very few people that get paid to go play in a college somewhere. And, some kids just say, you know what, I want to go to school, or I want to go get a job, and I've got a great opportunity to do that, and that's okay too.
Last year's seniors did kind of have a lot of life packed into about 16 months.
Absolutely, they did. There was a lot for high school kids who are just able to drive a car.
Yeah.
You really think about that. It was a lot, and I'm, again, there's never an expectation from us that those kids are going to do that. We just want to help them if we can.
Whenever you get the opportunity.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Talking with Coach Kevin Greene of the Salem Community High School Wildcats high school football squad. We will be back with Coach Greene. We're going to talk more about this year's squad and see what all the workouts have been going on. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on Wabash Cats TV. Back to Coach Greene after this. Stick around.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, MidwestFarmCo.com.
Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, me along with Kevin Greene. We've been solving the world's problems.
Trying to, one at a time.
I got to tell you, first thing we're going to do is solve the Cubs and Cardinals problems. All right, I'm going to admit it, and we're shooting this on Thursday of the week before it shows on Monday. What is this? The 4th. I want to talk about the baseball game tonight.
Sure.
You get to see the Cardinals' new pitcher.
Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't even know, to be honest with you. I just know my wife said,
former Cub.
My wife told me we get to go to the game and we don't have to pay for the tickets. I said, I'm in. That's all it takes for me. So,
former Cub Jose Quintana
that's right.
pitching for the Cardinals.
Yep, I remember that. I remember hearing that they picked him up.
I am so fired up for you. I wish I could.
I'm excited too.
Do you have an extra ticket?
I do not. No. I can text my wife though. She's in charge of that stuff. So we'll find out.
That's good. That's cool. That'll be a lot of fun. I don't even know why I brought that up because we're solving the world's problems.
There you go.
I ask you to solve. Can the Cardinals beat the Brewers to get into the playoffs? Because Cubs aren't doing it this year.
No, the Cubs aren't beating many teams right now. I think they can. I think anything can happen in a 5 or 7 game series.
Yeah.
Especially in baseball. You get the right team hot offensively at the right time, and they can be very tough to beat. So I think anything's possible. I don't think it's a far stretch. I'll say that.
Let's put it that. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. I'm glad to. We're very confident. It sounds that the Cardinals are going to beat the Brewers.
Sure.
I'm not going to. I'm sorry about that. Back to last season. Here's the look. We ran into a rough stretch. Starting off in that Breeze Central, Columbia and Freeburg are both very tough teams. Yeah. That Columbia game, you just kind of started off on a bad foot, and it kept going that way, didn't it?
Well, yeah, and we'd had some illness that week heading into that game, and we were out a few guys, and that's no excuse. Everybody dealt with it during the season, but they caught us, I think, at the right time, and we caught them at the wrong time, if you will. They were playing really good football at that moment, and they had struggled a little bit early in the season, and So that Columbia game, and it was our homecoming. It was a tough one to come back from. And then we didn't get a lot of those guys back until literally the Thursday night before Freeburg. And when you're going to Freeburg to play a team like Freeburg, who, let's be honest, they were competitive with Rochester last year in the playoffs.
That's a good team.
And Coach Stewart, again, he does a great job there. They've really got it rolling right now. And we ran into a buzzsaw those 2 weeks.
I guess it's a kind of an odd question to ask, but I mean, how do you enjoy? There's been a lot of juggling and shuffling inside the Cahokia Conference over the past few years. It has settled down now for the last year or two. You've got Roxana and East Alton, Wood River.
Right.
You got the minors into the thing mix. How do you like the new setup of the conference over from what it used to be?
I like it. To be honest, I miss playing Carlisle and Westland just because they were local teams. And really our closest conference game now is Breeze Central, which is a good 40 minutes away, and it's an easy drive. But, my thing has always been, we want to try and have games that are close enough that our student body can travel to when we're not at home.
Yeah.
And, when you're adding teams like Wood River and Roxana, they fit into the conference extremely well from a talent standpoint, all that kind of stuff. But those are trips. And we have to go to both of them this year. We have to go over to Columbia this year. Really, other than Central, all those teams are in the Metro East, and those are hour-plus drives, hour and a half in some cases.
You had Alton Marquette.
We still do. Yeah, and that's another one. So, it was nice for us to pick up Olney for that Week 3 game. It's a little bit more local contest. But, we're just in a geographically tough spot to find too many games or conferences, rather, that are an option to keep us geographically close to us. But other than that, it's a good fit for us talent-wise. I don't think there's any question about that for all of our sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's what the schedule looks like upcoming for this season. All Friday night games, and that's cool. That's a good thing. You being the new athletic director, you must not be having any problem with officials at all then.
Well, no, not for this year or next year. I know
they're already under contract.
Well, yeah, we've got them this year and next year. But I do know there's some of my colleagues up north that have already moved some of their games to Saturdays for this season because they can't.
Fairfield and Flora are playing on Saturday.
Can't find officials.
Yeah.
It's just it's an issue right now. It is, and we're fortunate that we have in our areas, where Salem's at, we've got a pretty good crew of guys that are local that we can kind of turn to when we need them, especially for lower class games. But it's an issue right now, and it's something that again, I think it's a deal where schools are going to have to realize they're going to have to start paying people who are going to officiate more than what they make right now, because they're paying to travel back and forth, and they're paying to deal with things that people don't want to deal with anymore, whether it be parents yelling at them, coaches yelling at them. It's all an issue.
How can we stop the parent? I mean, is there any way that we can try to educate parents a little bit better, not to beef at officials?
Yeah, I think most of my colleagues would agree that they do their best to do that already.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
I mean, I'm asking.
I think what's going to happen is a Friday night game between Flora and whoever their rival is gets moved to a Thursday night because they can't find officials. That's when people are going to start to realize, I don't like Thursday night football. I want to go on Friday nights when the work week's over and all that kind of stuff. That's where it should be. And then they're going to realize we better start making some changes here with how we do this.
Coach Townsend from Fairfield was saying next year their first game is on Thursday night.
Okay.
Starting on Thursday because of officiating. So, I mean, it
doesn't surprise me.
Taking another look at the schedule, it's a little bit backloaded for home games.
It is.
I mean, you didn't do that on purpose, but it's kind of a quirk that's going to be a little tricky to deal with, isn't it?
It can be, especially with a young team like we have this year, but everything flips and flops. So, last year we were heavily loaded at the front end with home games and had to go on the road, 3 out of 4 to end the season. So, it just is what it is. I mean, right now we've got a pretty solid, 9-game schedule with the teams in our league and our non-conference games. So you take what you can get right now in high school football, the way the conferences are moving around and all that kind of stuff.
I guess that's true. And your non-conference being Alton Marquette, the team that you're very familiar with.
Sure.
Charleston, a nice win last year over Charleston.
It was, yeah. We had to have it to get in, and Charleston's always one of those teams that plays us competitively, and it's they're a similar school to us size-wise. They're a similar school, and they experience the ebb and flow of athletic talent through their building just like we do, and so I think it's a good fit for really both of our programs.
I tell you what, let's do. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back, talk a little bit about the roster for this season, as who's coming back and who we can expect, some new spots in. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, joined by Kevin Greene. Back in a second. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Probably right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. He's probably about your age. You guys might have played football.
I don't think he's a little bit older than me, but not much.
We're talking about Brett Bielema from University of Illinois, former Prophetstown
yes,
lad.
Yeah.
As talking about his boy Trevor playing up at or not playing, but up at Champaign. Going to be a fun year this year. Hopefully. Well, he says hopefully. Yes.
Hopefully. You never know, right?
It's win or lose. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you have new kids, you get to plug in and see what's going on. You lost a lot in the skill positions last year, didn't you?
We did. And, I think anytime you have quality teams or a run of quality teams, you're going to lose good seniors. And so we lost a pretty good group of seniors last year. A couple of them had played for us for multiple years at the varsity level. So, we've got to replace them. Caden B and Braden Smith. Caden Harris is, those guys were They just did a great job for us the last 2 years. They were building block type guys. So it's going to be tough to replace them. But we've got a healthy group of young kids. Only returned 6 seniors. Would have been 7 with Charlie Fehrenbacher, who's as we were talking before we came on. His dad is going to be the head basketball.
Moved to Harrisburg.
Moved to Harrisburg with his dad and his family. So he was going to be a guy that we depended on greatly, both on the football field and the basketball court. So, but regardless, we only have 6 seniors, but all of them are going to contribute. They're all going to be contributors, and they've all contributed for a couple years. So, we'll have to pick up the slack there, though, because typically when you have a small senior class, you're playing a lot of young kids, and that's what we're doing. We have a lot of sophomores that are going to have to play, but again, I feel like athletically, we're going to be okay. It's just going to be getting them used to playing on Friday nights, which, as we know, can be a challenge at times.
It's a little bit. It's certainly a step up. I mean, you can play however many JV games you want, and Friday nights and
when the lights go on Friday night, they're a little bit brighter than they are on Monday or Thursdays.
Well, the band is there.
The band is there, and there's a lot more people there too.
There's a lot more people there.
But no, we're excited to see how these guys are going to develop and mature.
You got a quarterback returning.
That's always a good place to start. Yeah, Sam was in a situation last year as a sophomore where Samuel Greene. I thought he did a great job.
We're on that camera, by the way.
My bad. It's hard being the coach's kid.
Yeah,
and it's hard being the coach's kid when you're the quarterback. It was a learning process for both of us last year, myself included, as a coach and a dad. It was different coaching Trevor because he was a linebacker and a fullback. Those guys aren't as visible as what the quarterback position is.
And the coaches don't have so much interplay.
Correct.
Or at least the offensive coach, because you handle the offensive side.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But
Trevor probably had a little bit more dealing with the defensive coordinator.
He did. And it was a challenge for us, for me in particular. But I thought we got to a place where, as a dad and a coach, it was good. And we've had a really good summer. And he's going to be relied upon much more this year because he doesn't have the surrounding experience at the skill positions that he had last year. So, I don't, as a dad, I don't know there's many guys that we have that work as hard as he does. He does a lot in the weight room. He does a lot on the field by himself that a lot of people don't know about. And when you have a kid that's as invested as he is, that's always a good place to start.
Well, that's the thing. You also kind of like to have whether it's a coach's kid or not, you like to have your quarterback putting in extra work.
Sure.
It kind of sets a tone for the team, doesn't it?
It does. And I think he's got a really good group of guys around him, both in his class, above him, and below him, who are also really invested. And, again, we're going to go through some growing pains early in the season, but when you have kids that are athletic and they're invested in what we're trying to do and they're invested in each other, again, we can do some things with that. There's no question.
Have you been able to get the skill position kids have you been able to participate in all the 7-on-7 camps and that kind of stuff this summer? How's the squad come together through those?
Well, it's interesting. We haven't had a regular summer in several years. So,
this is different.
I think for the timing of us to have a regular summer, this was it.
This is perfect.
We needed it. We needed a full 2 months to be together in the weight room, to be out on the field and all that kind of stuff. And so I think, we've done some 7-on-7s and we've done those types of things. And I think we've seen our guys develop and mature a little bit, both with their fundamentals and with their knowledge of what we're trying to do schematically on offense in particular. So it's been a good summer for us. And, again, you never really know how good your summer's been until that first game.
No, that's right. You don't know until that first game, and you really probably 2 or 3 games in before you kind of get a good idea.
Right, that really is true, especially on the offensive side of the ball. It takes some time to really get in a rhythm with what you have, what guys do well in a live 11-on-11 situation. So, but again, this is a group that, like I said, I keep using the word invested, but they really are, and I think I'm really excited to see where they develop.
You're talking about young, inexperience at the skill position. How's the line coming along?
We're young all over the place with only 6 seniors. But I think, offensively and defensively, line-wise, that's probably our strength right now when you look at it. We have several guys back that played a lot up front, and I don't know. You never know if we're going to be any good there, but we're going to look good in uniform. we've got some kids
That's half the battle.
It really is, isn't it? We've got some kids that are going to look the part up front, and we're going to average probably 240 across the front line, and defensively it'll be the same. We'll have some really athletic defensive ends. So
Well, I got a picture here of it looked like some of the kids had a pizza
that was
party.
a little. That was a player organized deal before we went to the Robinson 7-on-7 and Lyman Challenge.
You got some
a couple
good
weeks
sized
ago.
kids there.
We do, yeah. I'm sure they ate quite a bit of pizza at Pizza Man that night. So, but yeah, I mean that was just kind of something the players organized. You can see a healthy number of guys in that picture, and like I said, they're invested in each other. That's for sure.
Well, I didn't know. Hold on a second. You said the players organized that. You guys, the coaches didn't have.
Oh no, that was all player organized.
No kidding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so that is basically a nice opportunity for a young, growing team to kind of come together.
Oh yeah, and they've done several things like that during the summertime. They just get together and they'll go do some extra workouts or throw routes or whatever the case is. And again, that's as a coach, that's where you want to be, to have guys wanting to go do a little bit more.
Defensively, or do we have? Or are you going to be as young over there as well with only 6 seniors?
Yeah, our secondary will be inexperienced, but again, I think athletically we're going to be equal to where we've been in the past. It's just they just haven't done it as much. But we return, middle linebacker Caleb Smith, who started since he was a freshman. He's going to be only a junior. We return Cole Johnson up there. He's also a linebacker who's played a lot of football for us the last couple of years. And Gage Eddings, defensive end, who's going to be an outstanding player for us again this year. And we influx some young talent on that side of the ball that I think has the right mentality to be a good defensive player and make us a good defensive team. But again, it's just going to be that getting out there and doing it.
Getting out there, and that's half the battle thing.
It
If they're not used to doing it, inexperience in the defensive backfield, that's got to be a little bit anxiety producing whenever you play some good quarterbacks.
It is, but I would rather be young there than young up front and trying to stop the run, because no matter what you do defensively and no matter who you're seeing, you got to stop the run first. And I think our front eight will be competitive with most teams that we play. I really do.
And actually, with the conference backloaded into the last 2 weeks of September and 3 weeks in October, the weather you might need to have a better run defense, because at that time
it's so unpredictable in that middle part of the season. That weather really is. I mean, it's going to be hot early and cold late, and the middle 3 or 4 weeks, you just never know what that weather is going to present to you.
You just hope that there's no lightning.
Right, exactly. we battled that a few times too.
Hope against hope.
That's no fun.
Against lightning. How's the special teams look?
We lose. Caden B was our punter last year, so we lose our punter, and we'll have a place kicker. I think we're going to get a place kicker from our soccer squad, actually.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, come over and help us. Max Ambule is going to do a great job. There's only a couple conflicts that are really a big deal. So, we've got a pretty good relationship with our soccer program, and I'm excited to get those guys. But that's a big part of the game anymore. I mean, you got to be able to move the ball on 4th down, and you got to be able to kick the ball where you want it.
Lost last year to Bree Central 7-6.
We did. We went for 2 actually in that game, and
I know, but you might not have if you had a good kicker.
Well, we did. We just wanted to go for the win. There was like 2 minutes left in the game, and we were on the road and said, hey, we're going to roll the dice and put them in a position where they got to win. So, but no, we extra points, those kind of things, man, every point matters. And if, teams that have guys that can convert their extra points, it's a big deal. And I think it's one that's not looked at as much by people on the outside as what maybe it should be.
Especially at the high school level, when you see a team that has somebody that can kick it 35 yards.
Sure.
If you can kick a 35-yard field goal, it makes a heck of a difference when you're starting 1st and goal at the 8. Right. And you end up having a penalty.
Sure.
And you get
Which happens. That happens frequently.
It happens all the time. You get knocked back to the 15, and you need points.
Right.
It makes
get points.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every point matters. That's for sure.
That's exactly right. How about any speed? You going to be running back on the returns and stuff?
Yeah, we have. Our team speed's been really good the last several years, and I think we have probably. I don't know off the top of my head. We have about 20 to 24 kids in our program out of the 65 that are sub 540 kids.
Good grief.
We have some kids that can run.
That's pretty fast.
It is, and we're just in a window of athletic classes coming through. So that's a good place to start, whether you're talking about return game, coverage game, being able to cover kicks and punts, to be able to put kids out there that can cover ground like ours can. It's a huge advantage.
Have you noticed the I know that Salem, that you started using alternate methods to other schools in training over the summer.
Sure.
Have you noticed an increase, maybe, you say it's an athletic class and there are athletic kids coming through, but have you noticed that maybe an adjunct to that has been the different training methods?
I think it is, and I think sometimes you have kids like a Caden B, or we have a sophomore right now, Mikey Etris, who's just as fast as he was. Those kids are naturally fast.
Yeah.
Kids like my oldest son, Trevor Greene, would have been a 5'2", 40 kid.
Yeah.
But with the way that we teach and how we've taught training and speed and that kind of thing, he was a 4'8" to 4'9", 40 kid.
Wow.
So I feel like it's not necessarily helped our top end kids as much, but it's made our middle kids who are maybe would have not been as fast, it's gotten them up to a faster level. There's no doubt.
That makes a huge difference.
Oh, it does. It does. You're talking about special teams and kids that
in pursuit.
Exactly. Covering an open space. We've noticed a big difference just in our kids not getting outrun by other teams when the ball does get into open space.
How it's you're several years into it now. How you noticing fourth quarter condition versus other squads?
We feel like it's been a huge benefit for us. We don't condition at all, but when we can get our kids there, when they're, we track mile per hours in their speed. So if a kid's running 21 miles per hour in the first quarter, and when he gets tired, he's running 19 to 20. The other team's kid is a 20-mile-an-hour kid when he's fresh, but he's only running 18 when he's tired.
Yeah.
Our tired kids are still faster than their tired kids, so that's what you want, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
still want to be faster.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
That's pretty cool. Talking today with Kevin Greene. I'll take one more break, and we're going to come back and wrap things up. Kevin, you're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Salem football. Back to sec.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Coach Kevin Greene is here, Salem High School football. By the way, before I do go too much farther, if folks want to follow Salem football on social media, you guys have a Twitter account, right?
We do. Yeah, we have a Twitter page for the Wildcat football page. I'm not even sure what it is. I made it up like so many years ago.
I've got it written over there. It is
it's at SCHS Wildcat FB. Yes, exactly. So.
At SCHS Wildcat FB.
Yep.
And actually, you put good stuff on there.
Oh, thanks.
Fun pictures.
I'm not a great social media guy, but try to tell our story. I do.
You running it?
Try to tell our story a little bit. So
you need to do that.
That's what it's about.
That's exactly right. But if you want to learn more, of course, go to that, or there's Max Preps and all that kind of business to learn more about Salem High School football. How your numbers been?
Our numbers have been great the last few years. We've had well over 70 kids. This year we're at 65 total, but as I mentioned earlier, only 6 seniors though. So we feel pretty good about being in the 60s with only 6 seniors in our roster. So I think our numbers, looking down the road, will continue to be in the 70s, close to 80. And I know a lot of programs are struggling with numbers right now, but we've been able to field a freshman, a JV, and a varsity team the last several years, and we'll be able to again this year. So we're excited about that.
Tell other coaches your secrets. How are you able to? Other than having 600 kids in the school, how are you able to? You're generating interest somehow among the student body to come out and play and participate.
I think.
What's the best way to do that?
I don't know that there's a recipe. I think our junior tackle guys. Right. I think our junior tackle guys do a great job. Keeping kids excited about playing, and they play everybody, and they get everybody a chance to play and have fun. I think our coaching staff has been pretty consistent the last several years, and it's just the kids know that we care about them and we love them, and we tell them we love them all the time. And I think we don't condition. We don't drive them into the ground physically so that they are dying when they leave our practices, which can run kids off who are on the bubble as to whether they want to play or not. And we've won. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Winning breeds success with other things, and we haven't always won in the years that I've been at Salem. And when you're winning, kids are going to get excited about what you're doing. And like I said, we're in a window of that too right now, which we're very fortunate to be.
We kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we didn't talk all that much. Tell me a little bit about the rest of the conference. We didn't talk much about Wood River, East Alton Wood River, and Roxana, the Shells. And what are we expecting from the rest of the conference?
Well, we open up with Wood River and Roxana, so they're always big marks for us on the season. They both returned some players. I know they both struggled record-wise last year, but both of those coaches do a great job, and they're going to be competitive games, especially on the road.
And those are schools. Both of them have pasts that especially Roxana have a football past former state champions.
Right. They've had success.
Yeah.
So I don't think either one of those programs are real far away. And then you have a pretty good rival in Breeze Central. We've had a really good rivalry with them the last several years and been very competitive with them. They lose a pretty heavy senior group last year, but Coach Short and those guys just seem to reload. They've got a very athletic school, so they'll be a tough mark. Columbia is going to be kind of in the same boat. They'll reload a little bit, but Coach Horner does a great job. I think, honestly, looking at the season right now, I would have to say probably Freeburg is a slight favorite to win the league, but again, I think there's a lot of parity in the league this year. I do, and at least I'd like to think there is, and I think it could be anybody's game. But Freeburg would be the one I would give the early nudge to as far as being the favorite.
Basically, judging from what they lost and how well they did last year, getting to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they did, and the thing is, it's a tough conference.
It is.
There are conferences out there that teams play in that might have only one or two teams that play well in the playoffs. This is a difficult conference.
Right. When you have, what would we have? 4 teams make the playoffs. 2 of them went to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I think it's, that's a testament to our league. It really is. And I think, again, I don't think people realize when they look at some of the scores how close a Wood River or a Roxana is to being in that mix. They lost both of those teams lost some close games last year, both in and out of the conference. And, It is a conference that's filled with parity. It's good football. There's good coaches in the league, and it's an exciting league to be a part of.
Well, best of luck to the Wildcats this year. Let's move up the hill a little bit.
I'd love to. Yeah, our kids are fired up to do it.
Let's move up Champaign.
Oh,
let's talk about the Illini.
Yeah.
How are they? You have an in to the team.
Yeah, a little bit. Trevor, our oldest son, is an equipment manager for the Illini.
So he clearly has inside knowledge on the Illinois football team.
I don't know about that, but a little bit maybe.
How are my Illini going to do this season?
I think they're going to be more competitive. He's talked pretty highly about how the practices have gone so far this preseason, and I think their schedule sets up to allow them to have some success early in the season. And the league, I think, is going to be a little bit more competitive. Give them a chance to be more competitive. So
at least in the West, I mean,
yeah, agreed. And I think I don't think a bowl game is out of question for them this year by any means.
Well, that'd be five wins, six wins.
They'd have to get to 6.
Mm-hmm. Now with your boy, would he get to go to the game? I guess he
gets to travel and gets to be on the sidelines and all that kind of stuff. So he's having a ball with it, I think.
Is Trevor going up there to? Is he going to teach? Is he want to coach?
He's in the recreation and tourism management is his program. I think he would really like to coach at the college level or be in the collegiate athletic administration in some capacity. So that's kind of where he's kind of wanting to gear his stuff, and he's making some great contacts working for the football program.
We
can help him do that.
We talked a little bit earlier about off the air about the recruiting. Now you haven't met Coach Bielema yet.
I haven't met Coach. No.
Did you get a chance to meet Lovey?
No.
See, they didn't concentrate on Illinois football at all, did they?
Well, not as much. I mean, Coach B has definitely done a better job with his staff, reaching out to Illinois coaches and trying to make a relationship there. And so, I think they're onto something there. I don't think there's any question about that. And I think Trevor will tell you that from the people that were there with Lovey and are now there with Coach B, there's a different attitude in the building, and just a little bit more of a everybody's on the same train, if you will, going in the same direction.
That's good, because I was whenever they hired Lovey, I thought hope has arrived.
Right. I think a lot of people felt that way.
And then it was like he was just sitting there watching everything go by.
Well, I think it gave everybody an idea that there's a big difference between the NFL game and the college game, and especially in this day and age. I mean, you have to be able to recruit kids. And I think Lovey's staff struggled to do that consistently, and I think Coach B's staff so far has done a really good job with that, especially here in state.
I got to ask, is Isaiah Williams going to get any? Is he going to have a year? That's what I want. Yeah. Isaiah Williams. They moved him from quarterback to wide receiver. I'm just wanting him to have a year.
Yeah, I think from my inside source, they're pretty excited about what he's done in the offseason.
They're hiding him, aren't they?
And they're pretty excited about what kind of season he's going to have. Yeah.
That's kind of what I see. Now I'm getting just fired up. I'm just getting fired up for Isaiah Williams, because I think he was quarterback, now he's a wide receiver, and I think he can do it all.
I agree. I think they do too. Yeah.
Well, see, now we're hopeful. Talking about your Illini, talking about
very
my
much
Illini.
So.
Are we as hopeful talking about your Bears?
No. No, and that's a former season ticket holder here who's I'm frustrated with the direction of the team right now. That's for sure.
How can we get? Don't you think Virginia McCaskey has to sell the team? I mean, for crying out loud, the McCaskies, they don't want to win.
Well, I can't answer that, but I can tell you that's probably not going to happen. So, they just keep trying to find the right fit from the front office down to the coaching staff, and again, hope springs eternal. That's all we can do.
Somebody is going to have to pay a gigantic inheritance tax whenever Virginia goes to meet the great football coach in the sky.
Right. Yeah, it's
going to be time to sell. You don't want to sell.
Tough situation.
You don't want to sell to the Ricketts.
No. Yeah, everybody thought that was the greatest thing, and we did get a World Series out of it, but man, everything else has been pretty average since then.
It's been a little bit rough. You got to like Justin Fields, though. I mean, we're talking.
I think he's got a lot of potential. I think the jury's still out on him, though. he was in a tough situation last year.
Tough situation.
And now we've got a brand new coaching staff. I think their offensive personnel is still just okay. So I'm not sure we're going to see what his true skill set is for another year or two.
We got about 30 seconds. Do you think in your lifetime you'll be going to a game at the Arlington racetrack?
I do. I do.
Think so?
I do. I think it'll be sooner rather than later.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're interested to get out of Chicago. They're interested to host a Final Four and a Super Bowl. They can't do that at the current Soldier Field.
No,
so
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Kevin, thank you so much for
Appreciate
being
your time.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it. Nice
appreciate you
job.
having me.
Hey, you bet. That's Coach Kevin Greene of the Salem Wildcats' first game down at Centrea on August 26th, and we'll have them, I think, all 4 times at home.
Awesome.
So on here
Can't
on
wait.
Wabash Cats TV. So appreciate you being here. Best of luck to them. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. See you later.